Nigga, we lit. What up, y'all? Welcome back to the Real Response Podcast, episode 15. Back like we never left.
What it do?
Ready to get up into a couple of topics. Some topic I want to touch on. The first one I wanted to hop in was this Gillie the Kid. You hear about what happened with Gillie the Kid and his podcast?
Yeah, I heard about that shit.
All right, so for the few people that might not know, because they're known podcasts, so it should be a few that might not know. Everybody don't vibe with all the same podcasts, but they just recently got a deal with Barstool. Dev, which was their producer, but to Gillie the Kid, the sound man, but we'll get to all that. But he was the producer. He basically produced, edit, cut, designed, basically did a bunch of the whole shebang. Not everything, but he added an intricate part to building it to what it became, to what led them to their deal, right? So they had some type of dispute, which goes back from all the episodes that was recorded before then. And I'm going to give all this context before we get there, because I want to touch on, like, one of my main points is how I think Gillie might be his worst enemy, in a way, because he has like this repetitive narcissistic behavior. And it causes him
Gillie
to
might be a worst enemy to himself.
To himself,
oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I said his worst enemy.
Okay,
yeah, to himself.
I'm thinking,
and I think he's forcing him. He's forcing himself to lose out when it's not necessary. And we're gonna get there. I'm gonna explain to you how. So before their deal came, 41 episodes basically was put in work. Dev doing all the editing, which they got a couple of cameras, probably 2 to 3. So you guys just got to try to imagine how much editing comes with trying to like make all this stuff go in seamlessly together to where it looks right. It don't just look all fucked up, because you could just throw some footage together.
Yeah.
Flip it all fucked up and it just doesn't align right.
Time consuming,
everything. And it's time consuming. So 41 episodes was put into the works before their deal came. I think they had a couple of live shows before that I heard Gillie say. And he did break them off a little bit of something. Didn't say no exact amount, so that's not something I want to, touch on, because I don't know. But suppose he said he knows how I break it down on the live shows, so he might have got some money, little money in between for the live shows they might have had before the deal came.
Right.
So, 41 episodes, they got the deal. Now they trying to sign him. He shows the contract on his live after they start going back and forth, because Gillie the Kid says he was just a sound man, fabrication, which he does a lot. Going back to saying he wrote the whole Carter 2, and we're going to get to that too. But so he says he was just a sound man, even though the contract is saying he was the producer and blase blase. So after they signed the contract, it's supposed to be $750 an episode. And then they wanted to pay him $4,500 to sign over his rights to all the 41 episodes that was priorly done before this. So even though this is not the music industry, this is the industry, the entertainment industry, right? So how much are we advocating for us to have ownership? They all want to do this because it sounds good. Yeah. When they're on their podcast having these conversations to the people, because he's giving $1 million worth of game. How the fuck could you be giving $1 million worth of game, but you're getting upset when your producer doesn't sign over rights to work he put in that Barstools have no rights to? So any businessman, why would you want to put all the work in and then just fully sign over our ownership, especially for that little bit of amount? Yeah. $4,000. Come on now.
It's not $45,000.
My bad. $4,500. Yeah, I said that part wrong. So come on now. With the type of work they're doing, $4,000 ain't shit. Why would I want to sign over my rights to this? That this can bring longevity revenue. Why would I want to just sign that over? Especially when we're trying to get ourselves out of the mindset of being slaves to
the corporate
quote
business.
Unquote white people, the corporate people, because these are the people in position, right?
Yeah.
So we can't be over here always preaching to each other, to the community, to the people, how we supposed to make sure we retain ownership. But then when it comes to your man, which and this is the crazy thing, because Gillie told Dev, we family. They stay right around the corner from each other. So after they recreate their relationship, they develop a bond, and he said, we're family. So then did a whole 360 when all this shit happened. But we should never encourage none of our people to sign over full ownership. This is why we stay at the bottom of the food chain, because we always find some reason to justify why we should be signing over ownership
Right.
for some little peon money. Sign it over for $4,500. How much you expect them to make?
45 billion.
Some big money.
Yeah.
You know, this is something Master P said that dictated his moves when he was coming up. When he said a white man want to give me $1 million, that must mean how much I'm worth. 50 million, 100 million? Because if they willing to throw out that type of cash, that's because they already did the numbers and they see the potential profit they're going to make.
Yeah.
They're not about to make $5 million off you if they're willing to give you $1 million, because that's small money to these big corporate companies. So you got to really try to do the math and try to see how this shit works to understand why they're offering this money.
Gonna take like 100, you know, basically.
Now, and this is off topic, but just think about it. Have y'all ever went to GameStop, right? And so, this is why I hate GameStop. I don't even deal with GameStop no more, bro. Have you ever went to GameStop before you sell your game? Look on the shelf and see how much the game is that they're selling the exact same game.
$250.
Exactly. Like, you go in there and sell your Madden 19, your Madden 20. They gonna buy it for you for like $5 and put that shit back on the shelf for like $30, $29.99. Like, this is how corporate business work. It's all about revenue. It's all about profit. It's not really about helping you. Yeah, you're gonna come across those few A&Rs, those few execs that might really want to help you. There's been some in the history of hip hop,
but it's always business.
But it's always business too, with 90% of them. So I just had to throw it in because GameStop, I don't fuck with them. Like, that business practice is out of control. You know what I'm saying?
But it's just
they'll throw that shit right on the shelf in your face.
Yeah. But it's just that's just something on a smaller scale that's really happening in this world.
Exactly, to show you how these people are actually operating, and that we got to break ourselves out of that mold and out of that slave mentality if we want to be basically the people in position. So that's why Gillie shouldn't be, you know, like trying to like not force, but like swindle his homie into signing over those rights, because then it solidifies their deal. So after he disagrees to sign over those rights, he gets fired, right? So once he gets fired, Dev not saying nothing about it. People start coming into
the podcast.
No,
his live.
No, he turned off the comments.
Oh yeah, see,
what
that's
that?
That's when
already
you know
guilty sign right there. He turned off the comments for the next 2 episodes after he seen people were actually worried about it and asking in his live. He cut off the comments. So people were coming to his live saying, "Where's Dev? Where's Dev? Where's Dev?" And he's like, you know, he's getting annoyed because you know how when somebody's asking that question and you really don't want to touch on that subject so you can get annoyed real quick, agitated. He's like, "What the fuck you ask me about him? Go ask him. Go ask that grown man where he at." Like, just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell right away there's some type of fire brewing that this man is getting upset off this basic question.
It's kind of like my cousin that we know. Like, if you catch him up in some shit, he just want to fight then and there.
Yeah, like, right away. You know that one nigga that don't want to have that conversation when they know they wrong. So right away they just like, nigga, we could just knuckle up. We could just knuckle up because niggas don't want to have that conversation. That's basically how Gillie was acting right now. You know what I'm saying? So his birthday, Dev's birthday comes up, so he end up like getting on live, still not addressing it directly, but he just saying, "I appreciate the love and support that everybody's giving me." Such, you know, he doesn't
still
touch
holding
him
him down type shit.
Yeah,
since
that
he's been absent.
So Gillie gets mad at that and saying that, like, you're over here trying to play sympathy card. He's not even talking about the podcast. He was just saying in general, like, he appreciate the love that people are actually caring about him.
Yeah, you can't
Gillie
say
going
shit.
off the wall. Gillie going off. This is why we're gonna get into this narcissistic behavior this man has. So this is when Gillie goes off the fucking wall, is when he was addressing his people, saying he appreciate blah, 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 blah. So Gillie gets mad and then gets on the live, start talking shit, saying, he don't add no face value to my podcast. They come to my podcast to see me. They come to see me, not him. He just spazzed the fuck out. So he's
how old are you? Like, I just want to ask him, how old are you?
44.
Again? Yeah.
So He ended up, you know how you go live with someone, so he went live with somebody from Camden, and I think that's where Dev is from Camden. So the dude is basically trying to not play devil's advocate, but just trying to lay the truth out, like just being up front, like where if you saying
give him a real response.
Yeah, he's like, if you saying exactly, if you saying that he's the you saying he's the fucking sound man, why the contract said that he's a producer, why the contract said this and this and this, and he just going on a fucking tangent, all type of crazy shit that's really unnecessary. It's really unnecessary. The whole thing is at the end of the day, this is something you built with your man. When that money comes, y'all shouldn't be changing up, especially when you always preaching how loyal you is.
Yeah.
Which he does hold some loyalty factors in his personality, because he did hold down his cousin Wallow that did a 20-year bid. But that's family, so some people might see the difference. Some people hold loyalty in a box and only will display it to certain people. That's still a flaw, you know? It's not 100% authentic. So... And another thing too, to throw this in, and anybody should notice this, Wallow's been quiet the whole time, so I think that said something without saying something. He's not gonna speak out against his cousin that held him down, but somewhere in between, he doesn't agree with the whole details.
Yeah, so you just quiet.
Yeah, you know, so I just believe you don't build something with your guy, and because he's not signing over ownership right away, that you turn your back on him and fire him. That's not the way you should proceed with that. A conversation that should have happened, and it shouldn't have led to the internet. But if we're gonna go ahead and go back to the history of Gillie the Kid, he has done this. But because most people don't question him, it comes out looking as if he's the truth teller. The same way how he came up talking about he wrote the whole fucking Carter 2. Come on now. We know goddamn well he didn't write the whole Carter 2. And not even to say you just not being on credits like solidifies you not having no parts in it, but
Carter 2 was hustle music, right?
Hustle music.
Yeah,
that had
music.
everything
in
it.
You didn't write none of that. Or he either say he wrote Carter 1 because hustle music, that's when
they
Wayne,
were already separated. So I think it was the Carter 1.
It had to be
but
Carter
the thing
1.
is this.
Correct.
If you possess the talent or the power to shine, right? If you possess this power, if you're the ghostwriter and possess this power, and it's different when you're just strictly a ghostwriter and you don't have the image or he has the image. He's been from the streets. He's also been doing this little rap stuff. So it's not like he has no image when it pertains to rap.
And he loves the camera.
He loves the camera. So he has the image. So if you possess that talent, right?
Yeah.
And the power to produce music to that level that Wayne was doing, because you're the one that's supposedly writing it all.
At the time.
Then why when y'all separation comes, you do not become the big star as Wayne did? Let's go ahead and teeter the top. Like, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
why did Wayne blow the fuck up, became the biggest star he ever been, but you were the one writing all his music, but somehow you don't make music no more. You quit because rap wasn't profitable for you.
Even when they try to bring up Gillie the Kid, Wayne don't say nothing.
He don't waste his time.
At the time, everybody's watching Wayne's interview, so nobody even cares about no damn Gillie the Kid when they mention them. You know what I mean? And so it's like how Wayne said he ain't got time for Willie the Squid. Like, you know, like in one of his freestyles at BET
Yeah, I remember
Awards.
that.
But you know, it's still the same thing. Like, you know, like I understand what you're saying. Nobody came at Gillie like, yo, you lying. You know, we was in the studio.
So everybody just goes along with it.
The wave.
Because
basically,
if we have not seen the history
then.
of Birdman, he does not entertain
anything.
He doesn't entertain negativity in a public way. Like the way you always say, when I see him, that's how Birdman moves. He's not getting on the internet to entertain the people that's looking. So that's expected that you're not going to get a response from Birdman. So if Birdman is my paw and the paw is telling you we not responding to that, Wayne's not going to get into detail about it neither, because he's learning from his paw.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to expect none of them to go into real detail about it. That doesn't mean that the shit is not, that what Gillie said is true just because people are not like quickly trying to dive down the subject and break it all down. No, they just like, we ain't wasting our time with that nigga.
True.
But that clearly, just off of him not becoming a star and Wayne becoming the bigger star, you cannot sit there and act like Wayne, he doesn't possess no talent or skill. You could have said one line or helped with one thing, and I wasn't there, so you could have helped with multiple. But to say you wrote the whole album and you get no credit, no, you didn't, bro.
Just because he wearing your chain in the video and all that, like, you know,
niggas just probably was fucking with you.
And what happens to people is when we see things as the naked eye and we see things as the truth and people saying it, we don't really investigate after we kind of like see what's going on, like, you know, and you feel like he's saying something real, then you gonna go with it. So nobody really like fucking really dug into that whole situation and realized Gillie was telling the whole lie, you know what I mean, and shit. So at the end of the day, Gillie rolled with it and it was okay for Gillie. But Gillie still maybe that ego.
Pause that.
When people say things and we looking at it as video in the naked eye and we don't have that time to investigate of what they're saying, we just gonna roll with that truth. Just like if your preacher say something and you just know, oh, that the preacher said it, we gonna roll with it, and that's how everybody roll with the Gillie and Lil Wayne situation. So maybe Gillie fed off of that. And, it just digested in the system to be like that. That's why he's being like this to, Dev right now, what I mean, and shit. Because it's just like, it's in me to do this. And if I act this way, maybe people are going to believe it. But this is the internet now.
And then he's yelling. Then he, those people that think that if I yell the loudest, I'm telling the truth. Yeah. Everybody, even the comments, even noticed that. Like, just because you yelling don't make this shit truthful. But come on now. I think he's been in the game too long. I think he's been in the game too long to still possess these character traits, because clearly it's cutting him short somewhere, because Gillie the Kid should be bigger than he is.
Yeah.
He should probably have his hands in more things. The fact that he's been around for so long
as a label and
everything, so it shows like it's not like I can sit there and say you doing nothing wrong, because clearly you're in a way better position than me. But the fact that you've been in the game so long and it's a ladder, you could be way higher up that ladder. Yeah. So it's something you might be doing wrong, and you should probably tweak a little bit of your personalities, and you don't never do that. Don't turn your back on your people, and don't expect them, especially in this day and age when we preaching ownership. And don't expect him to sign over fucking 41 episodes. 41 episodes of work. You didn't do nothing but come sit down and talk in front of the camera. After you left, that man still worked.
Yeah,
that's still fucking worked.
That's true.
So don't expect him to value those 41 episodes as little as you value them. Because you felt you just ran your mouth, so you probably don't feel what he feels when he put blood, sweat, and tears in that shit.
In him. He probably didn't see the value in it at all until it got bigger, and then he realized, yo, this shit's about to take off. Maybe I do care about it. Maybe he was just sitting there just like, yeah, we doing this podcast. Yeah, how he's saying, he popping his mouth. And then it's just like, that dude took the dedication, like the time after y'all left. Takes time. It's like, I'm still going to clean up.
Producing content and creating content like that. So don't expect somebody to just sign that shit over to you. You know what I'm saying?
And it's the shit Gillie be preaching about. It's just like really getting to me.
Your podcast is $1 million worth the game. If that is not $1 million worth the game, then I don't know what is. Yeah. Telling somebody do not sign over ownership when you put the work in. No. Maybe we can bust something down to where you can get a percentage of what's the one thing, like residual, or maybe some residual profits you can get off it if we break it down to where, okay, you cut me a check for $200,000, I'll give you 20% equity of those 41 episodes. So then they could create 20% residual income from those 40 episodes, but not just sign over all the shit to you. Nah, we're not doing that.
$4,000 when his time's not even worth $4,000.
Yeah, but I had to get that out. You know what I'm saying? We 20 minutes in with this fucking
but that's some real shit,
It's real shit, exactly. Real shit. And I had to give a real response on that, because that shouldn't be coming from Gillie the Kid. Not someone that is a veteran in the game and been in here for so many years, seen so much people get swindled. You shouldn't be getting upset that your man is not signing up to be swindled. And just because you said we were going to pay him for shows, it doesn't matter. The shows is future money. We're talking about the work that was put in prior to that. That's ownership, not signing it over.
He could still been fucked though with those shows, like just like how everybody gets fucked with they shows in the contract that they sign now.
Nah,
but
we're not doing that.
We ain't doing none of that. Like, man, damn. Fucking Gillie, I really looked up to you on that $1 million shit.
That nigga over here giving a negative $1 million worth of game. He's telling you how to lose millions if he's over here wanting his own producer and fam to sign over those rights. Man, get that shit together. Tighten the fuck up.
I was on fucking the internet and I came across shit. Mozzy speaking on tweeting. My man, I love when my man's music, but the shit that he just tweeted recently was about saying how the iPhones is the new streets the lead to every investigation, which I feel like that's false. I
believe it's niggas. I believe it's the niggas holding the iPhone.
Thank you. And I believe it's the clout, and I just believe that niggas is just doing it. But like how Offset said it, niggas is doing it for the clout. Niggas is being the new 6ix9ine. Niggas is doing it just for solidify their ego to niggas like, hey nigga, guess what I did? But it's like how the internet is now is niggas is not believing shit that you do. But we don't care about if you shooting 7 niggas. You don't have to prove it. You know what I mean? Shit. But what Mozzy said is like, nigga, you kind of wrong because it's basically the niggas. And it's
100% is the niggas.
It's never going to be an iPhone.
The phone can't collect the information that we don't give to it.
Basically, how I say, nigga, you take the Chrome and you leave the phone at home.
It's like it's like that one nigga when y'all just chilling with a couple bitches. You know what I'm saying?
And he say, hey, my nigga, I'm signed to Jay-Z.
Now he just pull up like, hey, bro, I just shot 8 niggas. Hold on, man.
Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, like, bro.
Niggas just chilling with bitches.
You know, like, niggas just
drinking,
chilling with bitches,
and you come out of nowhere. Like, niggas just talking, we could be talking about soccer. It don't matter what we talk about. We could be talking about salad at fucking anywhere, anything. This nigga just slide up. I just shot 8 niggas.
8 niggas.
Just
like,
trying to impress the bitches. Like, that's the type of shit niggas is with the internet now. They just got to run to it and expose whatever they done.
Attention is the new gangster. Like, no matter what is. Like, if you got enough attention, that's gangster. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what.
That's how they trying to create it, basically.
That's how they, like, trying to put it. And so, it's not the iPhones. It's never the iPhones. Like, you know, it's never going to be a phone. It's never going to be a device to, like, well, a camera can be, you know, to a lead investigation, but it's really the niggas being stupid.
No, but it still can't be the camera because you gotta always go back to the source.
Oh yes,
if that person didn't do whatever he was doing, he wouldn't be on camera for him to get caught. So no, that's not the lead. It's the niggas doing shit and maybe not
stupidity,
analyzing their whole surroundings to make sure they're not on camera or actually not picking up their own phone and putting themselves on camera. There's motherfuckers in Chicago that did drills recording it. Like, people just want that attention so bad, it's out of control.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, I felt like you was wrong, bro. Everything you be saying in the music is real as shit. But that tweet was just completely
sometimes
wrong.
You pop a pill, you pop some drugs, and you just say things that you might not mean.
You know, just like, hey, that's stay woke.
That's one of them things because that shit goes back to the person in power of that iPhone. That guy doesn't have to record it. He doesn't have to put it on the internet. Like Maul has said one time. He said, there's a bunch of steps that you go through before you hit send. You process what you want to post.
That's true.
You type what you want to post. Yeah. You tag whoever you're tagging. You go through
drive down the street on Crenshaw.
You go through go through a couple of steps before you hit that send button. And at each step, you have the opportunity to be like, nah, this ain't it.
You gotta say that.
This ain't it.
Because you have that one thing in that one conscious, that self-conscious you speak to yourself before you press send always tells yourself, should I approve this or should I do it? It's never just like, oh, I was drunk, so I was just posting. Like, nah, you would still think about that shit and you press send, you know what I mean? So you know you have a choice. Like, you have a choice to bring that phone. You have a choice to do anything you want to do in life. It's never going to be something else. Like, it's never like, you know, like why God gave us a free will. It's not God's choice that, you know, we went over here and shot this person and we brung this phone. No, it was our choice that we decided, yo, I'm going to bring this phone. I'm going to record it. What the fuck you recording shit for,
I made all those decisions before you. Yeah, exactly. So, 100% disagree with that. It is not the iPhone. It is the person controlling it and making a choice to record.
Yeah.
And then press send and do the same way 6ix9ine recorded them hitting a robbery, hit the send button and sent it to academics. You got all this stuff going over the internet. All that stuff's trackable. Everything's trackable.
There's always like a motive to everything somebody does.
Yeah.
You know, there's always a goal to something. Like, you know, just like we trying to reach somewhere. What our goals, you know? So no matter what you do, even if it was something small, there's always something like you trying to do. So I feel like if you're recording it, you're not recording it for yourself because you
already have that predetermined motive of where you want to send this or post this at. So that's what you're doing it for.
It's basically
you're not just randomly recording to have it in a stash.
Yeah. Oh, nigga, I'm just keeping that shit, nigga, you know?
Yeah,
I'm gonna show my grandkids later how I rob these niggas, you know what I mean? But it's nothing like that, you know? That's why I was just like, bro, you wrong with that shit, you know? And then for everybody that's agreeing with them, like, that's true, bro. Like,
that's because motherfuckers just always, it's just too much dick riders in the industry. But like you said, motherfucker, you got a choice. You got a choice. The iPhone don't create the choice. Just do better decision making. Everyone have a choice. Just like, and not to say that I'm on that not to say I'm on whoever's side, because I understand both with the baby stuff, but she had a choice not to get so close and smack that guy in the head with that phone. Didn't she smack him in the head with the phone or something?
She
had a choice.
Like, you know,
like he said, He could have sat back and zoomed in just like everybody else. So she had a choice to not get that close to that man. You know,
Hey, I don't know. I ain't see that. I know. Maybe I just thought about something. Maybe what if somebody accidentally pushed her? You know how the crowd be. So what if somebody hit her and then she accidentally like hit his face?
But she still got kind of close. In order to be able to be in arm's reach that you come on now.
You shouldn't be
you're not the long arm guy from Fantastic Four. So your hand's not stretching across the stage or whatever. So you still got in that man's personal space in order somebody to bump you and you can still hit him that close.
Incredibles, but you know.
No.
I'm just fucking with you.
Sometimes they don't respect these, and like I said, I'm not siding with either here nor there. There's a perspective from both angles, but people still got to understand these people are human, and you can't act like they're like some inhuman people just because they're these big like stars. So they're gonna have a reaction just like you will have a reaction. Yeah. You get pushed, you get bumped. Like sometimes y'all reaction is this. True. You can't control that all the time. It's an instinct. It just happens naturally.
And just because, like, to the people right now, just because somebody a superstar don't mean they ain't supposed to smack your ass. Just go, oh, he's a superstar. Yeah. Why'd he hit me? It don't fucking matter. He's still human. You know, like, they still have human feelings. They still can do anything a human does. It's not just because they're a superstar, we putting them on a pedestal of now they're gods. No.
But he do need to tighten up because this goes back a couple episodes ago where I said he need to chill because he keeps getting himself into these physical altercations. Luckily, before now, nothing led to a lawsuit. He already geared up, and this is exactly what I was talking about probably 5 or so episodes ago, where I was saying he need to chill. He need to surround himself better with his security so people can't get that close to him. Because I don't think it's settled in so much to him just how big of a star he is that you don't want to put yourself in a position to be sued.
Was this his first year?
Yeah, but come on now. He's been through too many incidents.
Yeah,
Usually the way it works is you learn from your first mistake. So your first mistake was when you had to, what was it?
You don't learn until you get burned, though.
No, but that's but the thing is, it's always better to learn from other people's mistakes than of your own. So if you know that there's been multiple artists in this position of being big stars and being sued when they put their hit, you're already supposed to be tightening up. So you don't even put yourself in a position like that already. He should be on stage with a security around him and nobody can get close enough to where they can actually bump into him and his street mentality don't kick in and he react off of instinct. Because all you're doing is losing money.
That's true.
What's the point of going out to making the money if you just gonna lose it because your security ain't tight enough to where people can't get that close to you? You do have to realize that you are somebody of status.
Then you losing the show you just did and then the show you about
lawyer
to do.
Fees, they'll make you pay her lawyer fees, and then there's still gonna be a settlement. So you're gonna pay for the whole thing.
At the
end of the day, it's just not. It's not worth it. It's not worth it when it could be preventable easily by just placing your security in a safe perimeter around you to where people can't get close to you. This is something, and Blueface don't say a lot of smart shit, but he actually said something smart the other day on the podcast where on his interview where he said, I probably would hit my homeboys before I hit that person because all my guys are surrounding me. So it
just
ain't
like how you just hit the mic because it's just too close to you.
I can't hit nobody because my guys is around me.
Right.
So they gotta basically go through all of them before they can get close enough to me. And that has nothing to do with being fearful. It just has something to with being smart and being precautious. Like you know what could happen. So let me do my best to prevent it. So I ain't gotta waste my time with these court fees, these lawyer fees, and any settlements. Because most of the time the rappers just settle because they're projected to lose more money if they fight it.
Yeah.
The chances of them winning is slim because most of the time the stuff's on camera. So at that time, your best bet is to just settle just so you can cut your losses. So you got to start doing precautious steps before that so you don't put yourself in this position. And that's what I was talking about those episodes ago.
When I see the video of the girls knowing you ain't that fucking hurt.
But come on now, everybody wants to check. Yeah, we can't. I can't discriminate against them because everybody wants to check. It's the same person that gets in a car accident and they act like their back is hurt because the back pain can't be really determined through any CAT scans or anything. So people go for a check. So I can't.
True.
I can't go. At the end of the day, we all trying to get it back. So when the opportunity presents itself, motherfucker strike. So I can't get mad at them, but then not be mad at the person that purposely slips on the fucking floor at the store. Yeah, it's all scumbag-ish, but people trying to get the check.
It just happens,
so that's why I'm saying we can't try to blame them. We need to go back to the source. Protect yourself. Put your people around you to where people can't penetrate your circle and you won't be in a position. The same way a store. Get somebody to immediately mop the floor up so then nobody can slip on water and get a $40,000 check. We got to go back to the source and not find somewhere in the middle to blame that people. Yeah, there's blame that could still be faultily put on them. But if we go back to the source, correct the source issue,
then there's no problem.
We won't get to the ending. That's what I'm saying. Protect yourself. The baby, you got too much bread out there to be letting some motherfucker come scumbag a couple hundred racks off you. Put your people around you. We know you want to touch the people. That's the one thing he said he want to make it an experience for the people. But if people are always trying to come at you to where you got to punch niggas and do all this extra stuff, then maybe you got to go in a turtle shell for a little bit until people start appreciating being able to be closer in your presence. Because as long as these fans are not appreciating it and they're doing things that's causing you to react like this, you just gonna keep losing cash and it just ain't worth it. Not when you out here chasing bag. You don't want to keep getting the portion took because these lawsuits hanging over your head.
He's a big ass face right now to the industry and to everybody, you know, to the people.
Another fucking example of tighten up. I'm gonna have to create a segment that just called Tighten Up, to where I'm gonna have to pull somebody weekly that just needs to tighten up and address them.
He gonna have to start using his ad lib more. When he get into trouble, he's just gonna be like, "Let's go!" Like, you know,
I didn't even know it's ad lib.
Yeah, the nigga always saying, "Let's go!" You know.
Hey, talking about ad libs, this guy, what's his name? He signed a Future Doughboy. He got a lit ad lib. Oh, really? Hey, that shit's lit though. Yeah, he got a nice ass ad lib though. I fuck with it.
Yeah, like that's the baby. He's got that "Let's go" and he got a new song and everybody like he tried his hardest not to say "Let's go." Like
he said every time and shit.
Hell yeah, he do, you know. But
yeah, tighten up. I'm gonna create that segment to where just so I can try to help out the people out there and just, you know, when I notice somebody needs to tighten up because they too loose, I'm gonna go in and let y'all know how y'all can tighten up.
Not to like drag his conversation on more, but it's like kind of weird though, because it's kind of hard to tighten up. Because remember, like the hotel thing, like he was just trying to protect his daughter, like, you know, and he got on the hotel dude for, "Why the fuck you videotaping me? You know, I will really whoop your ass." You know, like, so it's like,
yes, but it's still then. This is the thing. That there's still people in place that can do that. This is what tighten up mean. The thing is, when you become on, listen, there's levels.
What you think though at that sudden moment?
No, because people will react irrationally on the spot. But what I keep saying, the key thing is going to change his way of thinking is that he has to acknowledge the star he has become. He has to acknowledge that. As soon as he acknowledges that, he will understand everybody does not deserve a word from him. If you looking at that employee as a peon, and I'm not saying he's a peon based on his job description, but based on the shit he's doing, is he worthy for you to address him? No. There should be somebody in your camp to go do that. Your man, your brother that was with you, the security. These are the people. Do you think when Prince was walking around that he was addressing normal people? Nah. No, he wasn't. Motherfuckers couldn't even get a word with the man because he realized the type of star he was. This is what I'm saying. He has not acknowledged who he is yet, that he still subjects himself to, like, you know, normal nigga behavior, and he shouldn't. This is what, when he gets past the point of I am not normal anymore, then he might start thinking of precautions and to place people in position to address other people like that. No, we can't keep making it excuses
I know.
like that. Because before he walked up to the guy, because he seen the guy recording away.
Yeah, he could have told his homies.
With other people, most likely a security guard to go and snatch the phone or do something.
Yeah.
It has to be somebody else in place to do these things. Come on now.
All right, man.
I'm just saying.
You got me. Yeah, you got me.
You feel me? You gotta be.
Nah, I feel you on that shit. You know, just treading lightly what you say. You know,
yeah, like, you got to. When you realize who you is, you just gotta move accordingly. You can't keep still doing normal nigga shit because they are not gonna proceed normally when you do it. When a normal nigga sock them, people don't think to go sue. No, you're not a normal nigga, so when you sock somebody, they're going to think to go sue. You're not on a normal level.
Yeah, because they just think about money.
Yes,
like, that's all they thinking about.
You're gonna get normal nigga reactions. You're not.
It's just like a check coming. Like, oh yes,
that's the only. You think they think that when a normal nigga punch them? No, they don't think that. But when a rich nigga do, because you're not normal anymore, they're going. And I'm not saying normal as not being human. I'm saying when it comes to this income and this lifestyle and this status, you're not normal.
So if a normal nigga punch me, I'm just gonna fight him and never think about suing.
Exactly. Yeah, but if a rich nigga punch me, I might want to check.
Yeah. Like, I ain't a bitch, but I
want to check.
I need to check.
That's what it's just different. So once you notice these things, you just gotta move accordingly. You got to learn from your mistakes and move accordingly.
That's true. I guess move accordingly and watch what you say.
Nigga, we lit.
We lit, you know.
That's all it is.
Now, I guess that's what Ace Boogie is doing right now when he comes to the conversations in the internet when he's treading lightly.
When he don't address bullshit. He's moving accordingly. When he ain't a normal nigga.
Yeah, because he moved out of that, like, you know, so he ain't addressing 6ix9ine's questions when everybody asking him why you removed 6ix9ine off the goddamn track and all that. I know why he removed him, and he probably knows. World, like,
I'm pretty sure knows.
But sometimes I just begin thinking that I feel like you should voice what the hell you should say.
I think this is what it is, because you are on the real response. You expecting everybody else to give a real response, but that's what we here for, because they ain't gonna do it.
But
then we got to come give the real response.
Okay,
they ain't ready for the real response.
I don't know who to know. Disrespect to the new artist that just came out and dropped in New York. You know, he basically saying he the new Ace Boogie. Ace Boogie has no problem saying, I birthed you. You know, so how I just feel like maybe he don't speak on 6ix9ine because 6ix9ine's not here and the situation is just like, fuck it, let's leave it alone. I just wanted to be like, basically how you just said, give your real response to everything, because your real fans are always gonna stay. You know, fake fans gonna follow, you know, but your real fans gonna stay. And I'm gonna always be an Ace Boogie fan, you know, just no matter what you say. If you say some bullshit, you know, I'm still gonna be a fan. Even if you say some shit about 6ix9ine, I'm gonna be a fan. Like, you know what I mean, and shit. But I just don't get why he just like so quiet and shelled up about that situation when you can just say, I don't fuck with him. Leave it just like that.
I think because Ace, I think this is why Ace A Boogie doesn't put, I keep thinking of Ace Hood, that's why I keep saying Ace, but A Boogie, he doesn't
drop again too.
He doesn't put negative energy on the internet. Him saying I birth you niggas, that's not negative. That's not negative energy, especially when they're basically already saying that when they say I am the new. If you're saying I am the new, you're basically saying this dude influenced you in some way. So in some way, he birthed you in a way.
Well, so, just he said he's the king of New York. Well, I just said that new because, like, you know, Ace Boogie is king of New York, but he's saying he's the king of New York, you know, and Ace Boogie is just like, I'm coming to claim my crown again and shit. So it's like, why the fuck are you not just give? I want him to give his real response
energy.
To
that's going.
Yeah, I understand.
You can't expect some people that don't feed off.
Now I don't like negative energy
to
too.
Give
like, yeah.
the real response to everything, because this shit is going to be public, and they're thinking about what they're saying before they say it, because they know this is going to be a public headline.
Just like how
I want my name in a public headline with 6ix9ine again. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want to feed the negative media, and he know what they're looking for, so that's why he prefers to just zip the lip and not even touch on certain subjects. And I respect that, because he had nothing to say when the guy was here. Just let it be. Don't say nothing now. There's a whole bunch of rappers out here that got a whole bunch to say now because he ain't got niggas with him.
True.
And we know he became a bitch, which they say they already knew, but they had nothing to say before everything fucking hit the fan. They had nothing to say then, but they have a whole bunch to say now, and that they know that niggas is not standing behind them. But when they knew them niggas were standing behind them, they stayed quiet. But then when it all fell down, we knew he wasn't built like that. Then why you didn't say it then? Don't say it now. Let it go. Just don't even address it.
That's true.
I was saying this shit before it happened.
What if they said it but not publicly? Just like what?
Then don't say it publicly. Then
that's true.
Think about it. If you said it around your niggas, then leave it around your niggas.
Yeah, but I take it as in like how the streets is different. Just like how Lil Baby, like, you know, if they asked him if you beef with a rapper, what it's gonna be, and he's just like, it's gonna be just on some rapper shit. You know, it ain't gonna take it that far. But if you beef with a street nigga, then it's gonna go there, you know. But in the streets, the words travel, you know. So I'm just thinking, like, what if they already said it in the streets and they stated it in the streets, you know? So they just felt like now, just because he's in jail, like, nigga, I just felt like
that's
saying
having
it,
pics.
you know?
That's having pics, then.
Still, okay.
Yeah, because you're waiting until the man has. You're waiting until the man lost the protection that you knew he had, the niggas that you knew y'all would have to deal with.
No, but if he said it in the streets, then obviously
in the streets, what? Around niggas that's not with him?
Probably.
In a whole nother state? With your homie in the house chilling? That's not in the streets, bro. That's in your fucking
feel like
crib.
it's the streets because shit get around and niggas gossip. You know? So it's
if two niggas is in their house talking and they homies, they're not gonna go run the 6ix9ine crew and tell 6ix9ine crew what they homie said. That is not considered the streets. Now, if they was in New York and they was and they were in a crowd of that it could get to him and they were saying those things, that's different.
Yeah, that's
but
what I mean.
Still, then leave it in the streets. Then, if this is street shit, leave it in the streets. Why go to the internet and now start expressing something you didn't want to express before?
That's true. I got you.
Haven't picked. Y'all didn't want to deal. Y'all didn't want to deal with the reaction of them 9 Trey niggas. But now that y'all know that it is no 9 Trey niggas backing him, now y'all all got something to say. This is what Blueface said the other day. Fuck 6ix9ine, fuck 6ix9ine. But before that, that man could do whatever he want to do. That man could do whatever he want to do. So keep the same energy.
Yeah.
Say he can do whatever he want to do now.
Yeah.
Say he can do whatever he want to do now. Like don't be tough now and saying fuck him because you know that the protection he once had is no longer there. No, y'all having picks.
I got you. You know, so is he picking what to choose to say, or he just saying fuck it, I'm not choosing to say nothing?
I don't think he wants to indulge in negativity. He just doesn't. If we're looking at the history of A Boogie, when have he went to the internet to indulge in negativity?
He never has. You know, you nailed
even
that
when they
right
tried
there.
to swindle him into the King of New York stuff, when he was saying that, he still took the high road. He doesn't indulge in negativity.
That's true. Yeah, I remember that.
If this is his character, we should expect this man to display this character in every situation. But we're so used to characters. I mean, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
rappers,
we are. Yeah,
because they're being characters doing one thing and then doing the other, saying one thing and then saying the other. We're getting so accustomed and used to that now we're expecting everybody to display that same behavior.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's true.
If his character is to not address negativity on the internet, I expect you to be that way in every form and fashion. It doesn't matter if it's with your mom, your auntie, who you beefing with. If you don't go to the internet to broadcast it, don't do it in no situation.
That's true.
Handle it behind closed doors.
He ain't got to give his real response. We do. I got
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We can't expect all y'all to give the real response or to even think in a real response fashion because a lot of people was fake on the internet. You know, that's just the way it is. And with that, we're going to close. Remember to tighten the fuck up. That's the I'm gonna have to put some work in and create that because there's a bunch of motherfuckers that can tighten up out here. Yeah. So that could be a segment just to try to help people tighten up, you know. Yeah. So if y'all know some artists out there that need to tighten up, get in the comments, let me know what they recently did and why y'all think they might need to tighten up, and then they might have to be on the next segment, man. We out of here. We'll holler at you guys next week. It's The Real Response. Nigga, we live.